Hello, and how are you going today? In this video, I'm gonna have a little chit chat about Joker Folie à Deux. Is that how you pronounce it? Folie à Deux? Folie à Deux? Folie à Deux, alright? How do you like them apples? Right? Joker 2. Um, fuck me. Yeah, anyway. Um, I should preface this by saying the original Joker, or Joker, I should say, I've only seen it once, and that was on an airplane flying back from Hawaii. Um, I'm not the greatest of flyers, so I was medicated. So I was watching. My only experience of watching Joker is on the back of a plane seat, uh, partially sedated, and possibly, you know, hitting turbulence here and there. So I do remember. I remember how the ending of it goes. But in terms of, like, all the thematic elements and all the iconography, if you want to call it that, um, and the impact it had at the time, um, I didn't really appreciate it until I started reading about it recently. It's like I remember it took in over $1 billion at the box office worldwide, which, and it was the highest grossing R-rated film uh, ever up until this year. Um, so, um, having been online this week and seeing all the thumbnails for videos people have made about Joker Folie à Deux, and saying how god awful and offensive and how it gave them ocular aids and whatnot. um, I thought, well, I'm going to make a video where I don't. I didn't hate the film. I didn't particularly enjoy it, but um, when I came out of the cinema, I was thinking about it, and all the way driving home, I was thinking about bits and bobs, and went to see it with my son, and we were kind of talking about it and stuff. Um, so even though it was a bit of a slog, but there was stuff to unpack in there. Um, I've not really seen it addressed in any of the reviews I watched since having seen it. Um, but man, let's get into this shit, man. Okay, right. Okay. So a while back, I read, Joker, a sequel to Joker's coming out. It's going to be a musical, and I thought at the time, well, that'll just be hearsay, you know, because what a daft idea for a sequel to a very serious film like Joker. Really, I mean, subtext, commentary on like mental health, social alienation, all that jazz. And it's like, what are you going to do? You're going to make a musical sequel? Okay. Um, but no, they went and did that. Um, but I don't know if you could call it, like, you can call it a musical, but not. It's not properly a musical because, from my understanding of a musical, the songs play a part in the script or the narrative. They'll move it forward from one point to another. Um, whereas the musical numbers in this, they pretty much mostly take place in Joker's head, or what's his name, Fleck, Arthur Fleck's head. Um, so the more like breaks in the film, little musical interludes in the film, they don't progress the narrative at all. Um, in fact, I found them to be a pain in the balls initially, because when I found myself like getting into a scene, and then all of a sudden Joaquin Phoenix would be like, no, 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 he's going to start singing again, isn't he? Fucking hell. It's like, why? And um, but I'll jump to like the end and then back again for whatever. In regards to it being a musical, um, towards the end, spoilers, uh, when he decides to, when he says like, well, the Joker's bullshit. I'm just Arthur Fleck. I always have been. Uh, and Lady Gaga fucks off because she's not interested in Arthur Fleck. She wants Joker. Uh, then he finds her later on, and she starts like singing at him again. He's like, "No, please, just talk to me." And that's when it clicks for me. It's like, oh yeah, because their entire relationship was a fantasy in both their heads. Hence the Folie Deux, because it literally translates to the madness of two, I think it is, or something along those lines. So it's a shared delusion. And they only really communicated in this kind of this like dreamlike musical uh, relationship, this fantasy relationship. And, and when he's saying like, "Don't sing, please just talk to me," for me then it drops like, "Oh fuck me, yeah, that's good." Yeah, it's exactly what I did. I went, "That's good, that is." He says, "Look, just talk to me. Let's communicate in reality. Let's, you know." But she wasn't interested in that. She was still trying to. Well, she was saying goodbye to me even in song because she'd realised, Lady Gaga, that it was a delusion as much on her part as it was his. Uh, or maybe she was still in that delusion. She wanted Joker back. I mean, I remember a point earlier on in the film where she starts putting makeup on his face and she says, "Come on, let me see the real you," and starts making him up. And he's like, "Well, you are looking at the real him. You're putting on the facade because that's what you want to see." Um, so yeah, I've got fucking lost in my own bloody reverie about the reason it was they had these musical interludes and how I how fuck me, yeah. But yeah, that's what I saw the musical interludes as being, and it made sense to me. I'm like, oh fuck me, that's good, that's clever, that's clever. That is, if that was what they were going for. I mean, I believe it was, but that's what I took from it anyway. So so the musical aspect of it, because it's what's known as a jukebox musical, which they use already written songs as opposed to songs written specifically for said musical. Very much like Moulin Rouge did, where they take contemporary pop or rock songs and they'll do versions of it. I can't say I recognise many of the songs in Folie à Deux. There's a Carpenters one that I remember. Why do birds suddenly appear? Is that Carpenters? Every time you are near. Or is it Tony? Not Tony. What's his fucking name? Burt Bacharach. Maybe Burt Bacharach wrote it originally and maybe Karen Carpenter did a version of it. Maybe I'm fucking blowing that all out my ass. Anyway, that song I recognised and I dig that song. The rest of them I can't remember really. Anyway, yeah, this review stinks. I had points that I wanted to get onto, and the musical interludes are one of them. They were like conveying the fantasy of their relationship between Joker and Lee Quinzel. She's supposed to be Harley Quinn, but she's not even called Harley in this. She's called Lee Quinzel, so she's Lee Quins. Joker and Lee Quins. But nah, considering all the hate that Joker Folie Deux is getting, I don't think it deserves it. I mean, but that's another point. I'm looking at it from perhaps a more objective point of view because I, having only seen it on an airplane seat whilst half medicated, um, I may not have been as in, I wasn't on tender hooks to see uh, Joker 2. My son wanted to see it. I said, yeah, I'll go and see that. Cool. I was intending to watch Joker, because it's on Netflix and that before going to see Joker 2, but I didn't get around to it. So that may have allowed me to appreciate Joker Folie à Deux. I'm sick of saying Folie à Deux. I'll just say Joker 2 from now on. So yeah, that perhaps allowed me to appreciate Joker 2 more, or be more objective. Um, because people got really invested in the first one, and I didn't realize how much until I had a bit of a goose online this week, and all the hate videos and people saying, "Oh, Joker, it was such a powerful symbol of alienation," and people had taken the image of Joaquin Phoenix's Joker and started using it as a symbol of protest and such. Um, so yeah, and I said, "Fuck it, Folie à Deux." That does deconstruct. Just thought that does deconstruct what Joker kind of builds up, though. Because there's a scene where the film starts off and he's kind of sedate, but he's on medication and it's being treated. I'm guessing it suppresses the Joker identity, and he's all like, don't say much. Then at some point stops taking his medication. I think it's when he meets Lady Gaga. He stops taking his meds and that. And then the Joker personality starts to come back to the surface again. I'm not sure how much of that is Arthur Fleck pretending the Joker's back, just because he's in love with Lady Gaga, and he knows that she wants Joker. So yeah, I'm not sure how much of Joker in this is Arthur Fleck pretending to be Joker, as opposed to that identity of Joker actually, coming out, coming to the forefront of him. But I'm guessing it probably was all Arthur Fleck, just bringing the Joker personality back, or pretending it was back, because when he's in court and he's questioning, he acts as his own defense after a while. And one of the witnesses, I think it's for the prosecution, it's this little bloke, Mr. Puddles, who was from the first Joker. He was one of, I think he was, I can't remember, but they worked together. And this Mr. Puddles, he gets very upset because he's asking, it's like saying, "Arthur, why are you doing this? You're my only friend. You're the only person, you're the only person who was nice to me." And then, it turns out, and then he turned out to be a fucking psycho and that. That's not verbatim, by the way. It's a really good scene, actually. It really kind of got me emotionally. But that scene's where the Joker facade starts to crumble, and Arthur starts letting it go. And he's like, "I can't do this anymore." I've totally forgotten what my fucking point was going to be. Oh yeah, because I said like we wasn't sure how much of the Joker personality was real. So yeah, that was my original point, wasn't it? I was like, maybe I can appreciate it more objectively because I wasn't as invested in the Joker character as some people might have been or are. As a movie, it is a bit of a slog. It is very slow, um, and the musical interludes uh, feel pointless and they just stretch it out. But like I said, they are tied up, and a point is made of their existence at the end, um, which I liked personally. I like it when a film does that. Takes you by surprise a bit. Um, Speaking of which, the ending of this movie, spoilers again. Um, it turns out Joker wasn't the Joker, but yeah, they never said he was the Joker, did they? The film's called Joker, not the Joker. But now it turns out he's uh, pre-Joker, proto-Joker, because he gets killed, he gets stabbed to death at the end, as you know, because you've watched it already and you're not watching this review first. So, and and it's heavily suggested the dude that kills him is I don't it kind of alludes to being the Heath Ledger Joker because the dude starts to like cut a smile onto his face after he's knifed Arthur Fleck. Oh, by the way, I did not even notice this bit at the cinema because as the camera zoomed in on Arthur Fleck's face, uh, I was expecting him to blink or something. I was like, well, I'm not going to let him die, surely. I mean, wow, I don't what's going on. I was expecting him to blink or something, and then credits would start rolling. So I was just watching. I didn't know his fucking jittery dude started to slice his own face up. I didn't realize that happened until I got home and was watching a Jeremy Jams review. And my son said, "Oh yeah, yeah." He starts cutting his face, and I was like, "Fuck man, I didn't even see that." Yeah, I was like, "Well, that's good, isn't it?" So yeah, it being basically a big fake out in regards to that. Oh, Joaquin Phoenix, he's not the Joker. He was just like it was just a dude that inspired the Joker to become the Joker. Um, I suppose that pissed people off who were like invested in this interpretation of the Joker that Joaquin Phoenix did in the first movie. Uh, so yeah, but yeah. Quick summary, performance-wise, yeah, Joaquin Phoenix was great. I like Lady Gaga. I mean, she doesn't give a great deal to do in this outside of the musical numbers and a bit of dialogue here and there. In terms of like, she's not given a chance to like act massively, but I like what she did do. She was just like in this kind of, just like a kind of subdued type of person. And I think uh, most of her scenes would probably only take place inside Arthur's head anyway. But yeah, I think she's really attractive, Lady Gaga. I didn't realize what she looked like for like 10 years, and because she all the fucking wigs and makeup she wore all the time. But now I thought she looks really good in this, especially at the end when she's got like the kind of the makeup and that going. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. Anyway. Wow, what a fucking shit review this is. Fuck it, so what, I made some kind of a point about something, didn't I? So yeah, that'll do it. Yeah, I didn't hate it. Um, I didn't greatly enjoy it, but I did find there was stuff to unpack, and I was thinking about the movie after I'd watched it after I come out of the cinema. So that counts for something, you know. I mean, if a movie's making you think about it after it's ended, then, you know, it's had an impact, hasn't it? So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you did. The future videos will be better than this one, because it'll be movies I've seen more than once probably, and I've probably got more things to say about them. But yeah. Anyway, goodbye for now.